Thanks for checking out this film review from the Dead Man's Party podcast. You could find our full archive of every unedited show if you subscribe to The Skeleton Crew on iTunes, Spotify, Podbean, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Be sure to support Dead Man's Party on Patreon. Link in the description. Enjoy the review. Welcome back to Dead Man's Party, and someone's trying to keep the dead man alive. And his name is Frank Farmer. We're doing The Bodyguard, 1992. My name is Al. I have this dog ugly haircut, but guys, I have a whole story behind it. Don't worry about this. And I'm with Chris. Chris, did you ever break into somebody's house and jerk off on their bed?
No.
Chris, do you like orange juice straight up?
No.
None of that either, huh? Did you ever eat an apple with a knife and kick some guy's ass and sit on his throat with a chair and throw him across a island at the same time?
No.
No? No to everything, Ghoul. I mean, this guy has not lived. I mean, we've all done these things, I'm asking. I don't get it.
Now, is it really a crime to break into someone's house and jerk off on their bed? Because if it is, I should probably be in prison right now.
I think the Ghoul did it this morning. Right? Did you do it on the way to the show?
Of course. It's my weekly ritual.
Yeah. So no, I don't think so. Here's the guy who would rather shoot you through a camera you're videotaping with than throw knives at you. The Ghoul. What's up, Ghoul?
You calm the fuck down.
Oh, dude, I just thought you like to shoot people. But listen, I'm so glad you're still around and on Dead Man's Party after 2 years, dude.
Yeah, I'm not some hired fucking gun.
Okay, it's fair enough. Yeah, guys, we're doing The Bodyguard. Director, not Michael Jackson. This guy's name is Mick Jackson. And the plot is a former Secret Service agent takes on the job of bodyguard to an R&B singer whose lifestyle is most unlike a president. Wow, it's a pretty lame write-up.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird
we really put the whole thing together there, huh? God.
Is that off the IMDb?
Yeah.
So the person who writes those is they choose some.
Yeah, where do they get
choices.
this shit?
I don't know. Writer Lawrence Kasdan, starring Kevin Costner as Frank Farmer, Whitney Houston, who has one of the most terrible names you could ever give a fake celebrity, Rachel Marin, Gary Kemp as Cy Spector, Bill Cosby as Devaney. They named him Devaney because they couldn't think of a name for him. Then he pulled his pants down.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What's funny, his name's Bill Devaney, and I was like, do they just hit every character that we've done of his has always been Bill?
Is he Bill in the other ones too?
I actually, he not in Demolition Man, but his name I'm pretty sure is Bill whatever in
New Jack City.
Yeah.
Wow. We should have done Bill Cobb's month.
I know. We could do him and Mike Starmonth back to back. And then we'll meet them here. It just
people would love it.
There's the middle of it and it keeps going then.
Can you imagine that if we announced, get ready for June, we're doing Bill Cobb's month? People be like, who?
No, they all tune in, dude. Then you got Thomas Arena, who is Portman. And if you look at his IMDb, he looks exactly like Doug Bradley. He looks exactly like Doug Bradley right now. Michelle.
Wait, does he not have hair?
No.
Oh shit. Okay, I was like, because he's pretty normal looking here.
Oh, do you think so? I think he's the strangest human being I've ever seen in my life.
He's got a very interesting face, but I mean, guys, he has hair.
He looks like Patrick Kilpatrick. Yeah, and his hair is like, dude, what do you think? You're like 23 years old? Cut your hair, bro.
Some Point Break.
Then you got this trash bag of a human being, Michelle Richards as Nikki Marin, the one who should have been famous, but her sister was too good of a singer. Then you got Mike Starr as Tony. Yeah, man. Love this guy. Devon Nixon as Fletcher. He's so old now. It's so weird.
I was gonna say I
What is he now, like
recognized him.
40?
Yeah.
I recognized him from something after just hearing his voice for a couple times.
I swear I recognize that kid too. I don't know where it's from.
You
Are you being
definitely
serious?
should.
What's
Yeah.
he from, Ninja Turtles or something?
No, something. You want me to give it away? You want
Yeah,
to guess?
good. We're here.
He's Miles Dyson's son from Terminator 2.
That's it. I knew it. I mean, I didn't know
Yeah.
it, but I knew him.
Yeah, something about that voice is really
I knew.
distinct.
A lifesaver? Slurpee?
T?
Sir, please. I'm kind of picky about what I eat. Then,
Just let me know.
then you got Ghoul's favorite guy. Look what you did, you little jerk.
Yes.
I was shocked.
Do you know who I thought he was at first glance? The doctor from Terminator, Silverman.
Oh, I don't know that.
Oh, Earl Bowen?
Because he was in the shadows. And his eyes and his head kind of reminded me. I was like, oh, wow, the guy from Terminator. Then I was like, oh, no.
Was shocked to see that this guy playing someone who's not a fucking asshole.
And a year later.
Yeah. I was amazed when I saw. I was like,
This came out the same year as Home Alone 2, 92.
oh yeah. Wow. I didn't even think. I was fucking shocked to see him in this, and I was like, all right, I don't want to kill him. Okay.
For people who don't know what we're talking about, it's Uncle Frank from Home Alone.
I'm sorry. Sometimes I do that. I have our own conversation.
We assume that every's
Yeah.
gonna know who the fuck we're
Yeah,
talking
they're like,
about.
oh, you don't need to say nothing, man. I know what you mean.
Yeah. We're also so quick to just go off like if like tangents
I know,
so
without even
immediately.
saying the fucking name. Jerry Bammon, guys. Like, as if you knew that was his fucking name anyway.
Is that his name?
Yes, but who even knows
Oh
that?
my god!
He's just
Not
Uncle
me.
Frank. He's only ever going to be Uncle Frank, and
That's all he is to me. Yeah,
I'm
Uncle
sure that's all the actor knows himself as too.
Yeah, of course. Was he alive? Oh, we already checked. He is alive.
Put it in your purse. Put this in your purse.
Yeah.
Robert Wool as Knox. No, I'm just kidding. No, that's from Batman.
I was gonna say yes, Batman, right?
He's Oscar Host. Oh, duh, Oscar Host. Well, I'm saying it like that's his name.
That's
Wow,
Oscar.
Hi, my name is Oscar Host.
Oscar Host.
Tom Ace.
Oscar
Host.
Host.
Oscar Host.
Lufus Doozer.
Oh my god,
That's awesome.
And let's just stop here. I mean, I don't want to keep going here. I miss you.
No, that's enough.
Okay.
Who played audience member number 4?
Yeah, everyone's dying. They're gonna say, guys, you didn't mention that. They're finally gonna make a comment on our show. And it's gonna be, you didn't mention that guy. So this movie, I've talked about it, I think, on our Christmas show or secret show when we were picking movies for this year. And I said, this is the biggest memory I have as what was I, 11? If it's,
You'd have been like 12.
is it past September 92 or, yeah, it's November, right? Yeah.
You were born in 79 or 80?
79. Oh, so I was 13.
So then you oh, okay, so you were 13.
13.
Yeah.
So very, very vivid memory. My parents wanted to go see this. I absolutely did not want to. I went kicking and screaming. I remember sitting in the chair and just glaring at the big screen before the movie started. Like, why do I have to watch this? And I was so mad. And I just sat there and I'm just looking at it and I'm like, and I don't know when all I know is I obviously got extremely invested. And by the time we left the theater, I was like, yeah, it was good. Thanks.
So you actually like kind of liked it?
Oh, at that age, yes.
Okay, good.
I'd never disliked this movie for one viewing because
Same here.
and I hated it on the way into the theater without even watching it.
You want to know something? That's exactly how I was. I told this story when we did this, but that's how I was for Point Break.
Yeah.
I got drug into the theater. I didn't even know what it was. I hadn't heard of it. And I saw the poster on the wall outside the theater, and I was like, this looks stupid. And when I left the theater, I was like, oh. I mean, obviously I liked Point Break upon initial viewing more than you did The Bodyguard. When I left the theater, I was like, oh my God, that was fucking unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but the way you just said, this looks stupid, is really funny to me.
It did.
Ghoul has zero history, which I always love your perspective in this moment.
This movie is definitely, I guess, at least for me, advertised as something that is completely different. Like, it is a completely different movie
Than what you thought it would be?
than I actually thought.
Now, you've heard all these songs from this movie, right?
I've heard, I've obviously
heard
heard
I Will Always
the
Love
big
You.
one.
Yeah, what am I thinking? Like, he heard Run to You.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking tell you.
Yeah, can you imagine Ghoul down in that fucking fluorescent lair jamming to Queen of the Night?
Yeah.
Queen of the Night.
I was intrigued by going into this, and it wasn't like what's it called? Or like Superman 2, where I like saw the runtime and I was like, fuck. Like, I saw this and I was like 2 hours and I was like a little
2 hours
like,
and 9 minutes is the runtime.
I couldn't believe it.
I was like, yeah,
I know, same here.
I was like, oh man, what am I getting into here? Like, so yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot to ask for a first watch of something you wouldn't have watched otherwise. That's a long time to ask. So I guess we'll get to like, actually, let's get to some information on the movie itself. I mean, now when I picked this in that secret show, I really, and I told Chris this earlier, I thought I was picking a low-key movie that, because, you know, I wasn't aware of any of this stuff when I was 13. So I knew the song was big. That's very obvious. So it's like, how do you not know that song is a mega huge, biggest thing, arguably bigger than the movie itself? I didn't know the whole scope of this movie, so I never thought about it. So I was like, yeah, let's do The Bodyguard. Remember that, Chris? We talked about that a few times with Mike Starr, and I thought it would be funny to do. But Chris, well, I mean, tell everybody, this movie is far bigger than anything I could have ever comprehended.
Well, I turned 17 literally 2 weeks after this movie came out. So that song specifically, which was the first single released from the soundtrack, you couldn't escape it. It was on radio every 5 minutes. It was in every fucking store you went into. Like, it was on MTV all the time. It was everywhere. So the soundtrack for this album to this day has sold 45 million copies.
God.
45 worldwide, 18 million in the USA. 45 million copies.
My family was one of them.
My mom had it. It is still the number one soundtrack ever. It spent 20 weeks at the number one spot, which is literally that's
almost it's almost half a fucking year.
Yeah, that's when movie soundtracks were still a thing. You know, every time a big movie would come out, they'd pump out the soundtrack. Now, this was different because this had hit after hit after hit after hit after
like
hit.
5 major hits.
Five major hits off this album.
Damn.
And if it's funny, if you look at the track list for this album, there's 12 songs. The first 6 are Whitney Houston. The next 6 are just other random artists. And I've always thought, who out there would used to listen to this album once they got past track 6 would keep going? Yeah. Nobody. Even track 6. Track 6 is Jesus Loves You by Whitney Houston.
Where you turn it off right there, honestly, right?
Right, exactly. Like, so everyone just listened to the first 5 songs.
Right. Like, listen, nothing against Jesus, but I'm not going to sit there and listen to, what was it, her and her sister, like they were doing on the bench?
Yeah. Yep. I guess I've never actually heard the album version, so I don't know if they just lifted it from the movie or if it was just Whitney Houston singing it. But still, yeah.
Now, how about that song alone, though, Chris?
Oh God, it's okay. When this came out, Dolly Parton, that was her song. She had already released it,
even though they play a guy singing it in the movie.
Right, when they're in the bar or the restaurant bar, or whatever you want to call it.
No offense, it sounds awful.
Yeah, it does. It sounds like a karaoke thing.
It does. It sounds really kind of awkward and cringy.
But when this came out and I was 17, I didn't know this was not an original song. I had never heard Dolly Parton's song, and I'm sure millions and millions of people didn't know that either.
I just knew she had big tits.
I didn't know that it was an original song until right now. You telling me this?
Oh yeah, it's a Dolly Parton song. This is a remake. It's a remake. Yeah. So this single spent 14 consecutive weeks at number one on the charts, that's back when charts actually mattered, unlike now.
The only thing that even compared or topped it was My Heart Will Go On by Celine Dion. Now that probably oh my God, this can't be right. Celine Dion's My Heart Will Go On spent 2 weeks at number one in the
Okay,
U.S.?
yeah, that's what I figured.
Is that normal? Is that right?
That's actually shocking to me. Are you sure that's right?
Dude, Google's Google. I mean, I'm sure it pulls up one source when you do that, right? Like when it tells you the top thing on the top.
Because I feel like that song too was inescapable for like 6 months.
Another one says 2 weeks on Wikipedia. It says 2 weeks.
You're right. Debuted at number one, spent 2 weeks at the top. Wow,
that's shocking.
It had to have been in the top 10 for 6 months, though.
It had to be like number 2 for 10 weeks. I don't know. Anyway,
so the box office for this movie, the budget was $25 million, which I would like to know how much of that $25 million went to Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner. Probably half of it. Worldwide, it made $411 million, which is the equivalent today of $950 million.
Damn.
$1 billion, Ghoul.
At the time, this was the 10th highest grossing film ever. Imagine that. 10th.
Yeah. Whitney Houston did advertisements for Pepsi, but spent all her money on Coke. Yeah.
Right. You couldn't possibly imagine that this made $1 billion, right?
I couldn't, but it just makes me realize that there was a time when fucking actual unique movies could make a lot of money, and didn't have to be a part of, franchise or a fucking sequel or a fucking remake. And it was an original idea, and it actually made a shitload of money.
This was sitting on the shelf for like 20 years, dude.
Like the concept, like story?
Yeah, the script, basically.
Really?
Well,
they couldn't nail down the whole thing. They couldn't put it together.
That happens to a lot of things. It's actually surprising how like Die Hard, that was a whole that one sat around for a while too.
So Madonna was supposed to be the star of this movie because they wanted, for whatever reason, they wanted a real.
Well, now hold on. Don't frame it that way. She was one of the
picks.
One of the picks. Yes, it wasn't like written or. It's not like she was their first choice. She was an option that they looked into.
Yeah, because she did a little acting.
Right.
So Kevin Costner said, nope, she's not going to be in this movie. And the reason is there's this video from like the late 80s where Kevin Costner, I think actually really close, right? Because she was already doing that like really disgusting, slutty Madonna thing by then, right? Like In Vogue and all that.
It's from the Truth or Dare documentary, which came out in either 90 or 91. Yeah.
Okay, so Kevin Costner went backstage to meet her, and he said, "Hey, your concert was really neat. Really, really neat. We liked it." And she's like, "Oh, huh. I never heard anybody describe my concert as neat." Okay. And then she said, are you going to stick around for the after party and hang out with us? He goes, no, I'm not. I can't do that. She goes, oh, it wasn't neat enough, huh? And he goes, no, yeah, it wasn't, no, not quite neat enough. And he goes, no, I'm just kidding. We have to get home to our kids. We got the kids, they're being watched, and we got to get back to them. She goes, oh, okay. So he goes, nice to meet you. And he does this kiss gesture, and he leaves. And then she turns around and sticks her finger down her throat.
Like, gag me. Like, fuck him, basically.
Yeah, okay.
You watched the video I sent you, right?
I didn't get a chance to, no.
Oh.
But,
okay.
Dude, it's not because I ignored it on purpose. It's been so fucking busy. I'm not, that doesn't shock me because Madonna's like kind of a fucking garbage person to me.
Well, she had sex with a horse,
Okay. News to me.
Yeah. You know that?
No, we talked about that.
He used a sheepskin condom, oddly enough.
Amazing.
They had to pump the muck out of her stomach.
Dude, you said that so perfectly on that show. Oh, that's one of my earliest memories of you on Banana Laser that cracked me up. She had to pump the muck out of her stomach.
We definitely got to reverse this because there might be people just wanting to hear a nice Bodyguard review.
I know.
Don't worry. Everybody else who knows our show knows what we're saying.
Well, I was just going to say, so they finally settled, they chose Whitney Houston, who had zero acting experience at that point, which is kind of mind-blowing that they picked her because they knew this was going. Now, obviously, they didn't know this was going to turn into what it turned into, but they knew this would probably be a hit. And they picked her with zero acting experience.
And told her to not work with any acting coach.
She said she was going to take acting lessons, and they were like, no, 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 no. Don't do that.
Don't do that. Right? Like the Terminator, right? Don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that. Terminator 3.
Yeah, 3, right? God, I don't remember anything from that. Now, when they initially released this movie to test audiences, a lot of her scenes had to be cut because people complained about her performance.
Yep, they had to recut it, which I didn't know that until this week, because they said test audiences were like, quote, jeering at her performance.
Now, what? They must have cut all the right parts out because...
yeah, I don't know, dude. Now, I will admit, I'll be honest, when I was younger, I didn't think her performance was that great. No, I didn't think it was horrible.
Right.
But she's got a few line deliveries in this movie that are kind of robotic and acting sounding. But now sitting here and shit for the last, I don't know how many views, I think she does a fucking damn good job, man, for someone who's never acted before.
What did you think, Ghoul? Was it like Godfather 3?
You mean talk about like the Sophia
Coppola?
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely not, because I also didn't know that this was Whitney Houston's first movie. I think she played it pretty well, to be honest, because like right now I have it on in the background. I'm at the part where she's at the store in the changing room and she's just shit talking.
That's the scene I was thinking of. That's weird.
But I'm thinking of this.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm thinking like, wow, she's great, because she even says, she's like, some people think I'm a real bitch. She goes on that whole thing. And then even towards like the end when she's at the Oscars and she bugs out during the...
Yeah, and he goes, fucking actresses.
Yeah, and I'm like, even at that, I like it's not bad at all. Like I think she plays it as like the whole, like it's the whole like character arc. She starts off as the bitchy, cocky, really famous, because didn't they say her character won an Academy Award or something already?
Was she?
Her character, I think, did, or she's. Or she's like, or she knows she's on the slate to getting one, so that's why she's kind of
she's nominated for one.
Yeah,
right.
So she acts like very pompous and like, like I'm the hottest fucking thing right now. Like what the fuck do you know about like?
I don't even feel she came off that much to like that. Maybe I've just seen so much worse since then that I thought she was actually pretty normal to me.
You know what? I'm so glad you said that. I think that's what it is, because in the 34 years since this movie's come out, I've obviously seen hundreds of movies since then. And now when I go back and watch this, I'm like, she's fine. But it's funny you mentioned that dressing room scene, because that's the one when I was younger that I always got hung up on, because
me too.
She's asking him questions and she goes, can't you answer me straight just once? And he goes, you're too clever for me. I can't keep up. And then she goes, look at me, farmer. And it's the way she says that. It's so robotic and like mechanical sounding almost. I was always like, oh, that was terrible. Look at me, farmer.
Or when she goes, you don't approve of me, do you? Like you could tell she's reading a line.
Yeah, it's that whole scene, basically.
It is that whole scene. It's weird. It sticks out. And she grabs her own thing. She's like, thank you. And just walks back in. Yeah, that was probably a hard scene to do, honestly. She was probably reading it like, well, I don't even know why I'm... She's like, okay, I guess she's like, what's my motivation?
Now, after this, she went on to do several more movies. She did a movie called Waiting to Exhale that was really popular. I never saw it. She did a movie called The Preacher's Daughter with Denzel Washington that was popular. She did Junior. She did.
Oh my God, Ghoul. That's the new thing. He found a way. He said, okay, Halloween's over. Guy is over.
You imagine that if Arnold had a baby and
she did. Oh, was she the nurse? Yeah. Just she only pulled the baby out, smacked his ass so he starts breathing.
Oh God. And we gotta say this off the top. For anyone who's been living under a rock, she's no longer with us.
I always forget that.
Oh, I'll never forget. I remember the night she died. I was at some kind of a fundraising function with my then wife, and it was February 11th, 2012. and you could start to hear murmuring in the crowd, and it's like it spread like a virus almost. And it was like, holy shit, Whitney Houston died. And then that's all anybody was talking about for the rest of the night.
Wow.
48 drowned in a hotel bathtub because the official coroner's report was that she died of a combination of heart disease and cocaine abuse.
Ugh.
That's horrible.
Didn't her daughter pass not too recently too?
Yeah, like 10 or 11 years ago in a fucking bathtub,
Yeah,
right?
I was going to say it's very eerie, yeah.
They really like getting high and like taking a bubble bath. I guess that's kind of a good idea. Except for like dying. And like, isn't that how what's his name died from Friends?
No,
he died in a hot tub.
Yeah.
I thought he fell. Did he? I thought he fell into a fucking pool.
Well, he was either. No, I swear to God, he was. You talking about Matthew Perry?
Yeah.
I thought he was just fucked up in a hot tub and then just died.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, you don't think he drowned in it?
He may have. I'm 99% sure he was in a hot tub. It could have been a pool.
I don't know. But actually, also, what Alex, you talk about? Yeah, it must feel good to get high and sit in the bathtub. Yeah, just think about what's his name, Chris's buddy from the first season of The Sopranos, that fucking idiot, Brandon, the one who's he's in the bathtub sitting, he's high as fuck, and they shoot him in the head.
Yeah, that always works out when you get high and go into a bathtub. That and night swimming at the beach.
And something else that's pretty. I hate to say the word cool, but Kevin Costner gave a eulogy at her funeral.
Oh, yeah.
And it was 20 years after this movie came out. Mm-hmm. So they obviously had a huge connection. And I don't know if you've seen that eulogy. I saw it back when she died, or at least I saw clips of it. And it's powerful shit, man. I remember feeling like, God damn, they plucked her out of, I'm not going to say obscurity, but they plucked this non-actress out of the world of pop culture, having confidence in her that she could pull this off. And she, for the most part, did.
Dude, enough that it made $400 million. I mean, listen.
Right. And then clearly their relationship endured over the ensuing 20 years, however sporadic or whatever that was.
Oh, God, can you imagine how he felt when he saw some of her?
I don't even want to talk about that show.
Oh, well, I was just thinking the interviews even that she gave.
Interviews and that fucking reality show she did with Bobby Brown.
It's great. So Bobby Brown says he's not the reason she spiraled. She was always kind of a partier. And she... But,
sorry to cut in. There's a documentary, though, from 2018 that's just called Whitney. That was a Showtime documentary.
That's the one I meant, too, yeah.
Okay. That was amazing, but sad.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, very tragic story of this amazingly talented human being. So what do you guys think of her looks-wise? What do you guys think of her voice, of her singing, her songs, and all that?
Looks-wise, where's my Astroglide?
Okay, Ghoul, what do you think?
I think she looks beautiful. Looks-wise in this. I really like the way she looks in that when they go to that club and she's in that like crazy. She's in the hood and then she takes off. She's got that like fucking
like that Egyptian thing almost.
Yeah, and but it's like kind of like armory. I think it looks fucking awesome.
Hair up or down? We'll do her versus Molly Jensen.
Definitely down.
Yeah, when it's up, I don't really like it. It's very 90s, very early 90s, which I don't like. Down is hot.
Yeah, and then singing, of course, like Jesus Christ, she's fucking phenomenal. Like
what does a person like you think when you hear "I Will Always Love You"? Do you recognize that as amazing, or do you like roll your eyes?
I don't roll my eyes. I don't technically give a shit, but I'm not gonna be like, oh, that's like. Look at the fucking shit.
But you can recognize why it was so big, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Like, good. Look at again, we have to compare. Look at the fucking shit that people praise now, and it's the most like fucking Taylor Swift is like the biggest thing.
Ice Spice, yeah.
Yeah, they're yeah, exactly. Yeah, shit like that, and then you have someone who actually is talented and has a fucking actual like skill, and.
Oh, she would put all these girls to shame, dude.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, think about that. Pop stars back then, Whitney Houston, and then again Madonna. Fuck her personal thing, but her music, that's a different thing. But then you come to like the last like 10 years, like you said, Ice Spice,
Katy Perry, Billie Eilish,
Katy Perry. Who's the one I'm looking for?
Cardi B,
Iggy Azalea. People like fucking that.
Oh, dude, that ended real quick though. They hate her. Yeah, Billie Eilish and like Olivia Rodrigo. Like these are.
And I know that makes us sound like old men shouting at the clouds, but I'm just saying a pop star back then was just different.
Was a thing.
They're just different.
Yeah, because now they're not even just pop stars. They're all influencers now. That's all.
I feel like now it's more about the visual than the music. And
exactly.
I could be wrong.
Well, it's more about the message.
I am so out of touch with pop music, so I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's like I think you're right. It's like 90% vibes, 10% like actually giving a shit about what something sounds like.
It's like my dad walking into my bedroom back in 1986 when I'm playing Run DMC and him wanting to beat the living shit out of me.
And we'll look back and say, yeah, those guys really knew what they were doing compared to these rappers. And like now people today, it's like, that was horrible, dude. Now it's good. You know, but there's a sweet spot everywhere, but.
Something else real quick. So you know the poster for this movie. You've seen it, right? Where he's holding her. That's not her. That's not her. That's her body double in the movie. She wasn't available that day.
Oh, she's too busy to do the poster?
She was either sick or something, but that's her body double. And that's why they hid her face in the poster.
Should have called it the body double guard.
Whoa!
Yeah, look at that. You're right. Her face is totally hidden behind his head.
Yeah.
That is so depressing. I'll never look at that and be like, wow, that's them two, huh? I'll never do that. Amazing.
And you know who the original...
Yeah, it's McQueen and someone.
Steve McQueen and Diana Ross.
Yeah, it's it.
Yeah.
Diana Ross.
Yeah.
Well, thank God that didn't happen. We got the right one.
But Kevin Costner said he did model his haircut for this movie after Steve McQueen's haircut from the 70s, though.
That actually makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. Because his hair, he doesn't like, I was gonna say, because like I'm not a huge Kevin Costner fan. I think he kind of just plays himself in every movie he's in.
Kind of, yeah.
Nothing against the guy. Like he's in some fucking great movies. Yeah, this movie, he definitely looks more different than he does in most of his other movies. I was realizing.
When I was a kid, I thought his haircut was cool. Can you believe that?
I don't think it's terrible. Like he's got like a James Bond kind of thing going on. Like
no, I think his haircut looks fine.
Really? He got a lot of shit for this.
I know, and I don't get it.
That's such a normal haircut, though.
I mean, Alex, you have the same fucking haircut he's got.
I have it right now, but you don't understand. It's not because I want that.
Oh, that's your ode to this movie that I was looking for.
I was just about to say it, yeah.
You did the same haircut.
Or you could have just been drinking orange juice the whole night.
Cute, man. I love when she drinks his drink and goes, oh, God, look, you'll get a drink. A real one.
I do like towards the end, though, after like the thing when you think it's her, or they show it pouring and he makes himself a very heavy fucking screwdriver. I was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, that was awesome. He fills it right to the brim.
He was like, fuck this, and just started pouring that shit.
I love a good
I forgot about that, actually, till this watch.
Screwdrivers are so fucking good. Oh, so dangerous.
Anyway, so Frank, he asks to get, the guy wants to hire him because I guess the guy sending the notes to Rachel and like blowing up her dressing room. So he wants to hire Frank Farmer. And he said, I'll do it if you give me $3,000 a week. And this is in 1992. Do you know what the equivalent is today? That's literally...
We looked it up. It was like $360,000. I like when Bill Cobbs is rattling off the bodyguard names, and he says, and Costner says, Portman? And Bill Cobbs says, yeah, Portman was interested. It's like they're planting a seed without you even knowing it.
Yeah.
But I never, ever think about that when I watch this movie, that they put that in your brain so early in the movie.
Yeah.
I like that. I love when things like this, because like he's obviously gone private. And so I like when they mention, like in movies like that, like they talk about like special like type like people who there's like a list of other ones, but then it's always like, oh no, but you're the best.
Right.
Like I love that kind of trope.
When he was rattling off those names of bodyguards, why didn't he also include Mr. T? Because before Mr. T got famous, he was a bodyguard for Cyndi Lauper.
Lauper.
How about that wormy little fuck that they got obsessed with Rachel here? Like, it's so funny. They have like this two stories going on. One guy is just obsessed with her and wants to sniff her, wants to masturbate on her bed and everything else. And at the same time, somebody hires someone to kill Whitney Houston.
When you sent that picture and that text last night,
that guy's face.
Like, I'm not even kidding you. Because you do briefly see him in the club. And I think Costner, punches him in the fucking face.
Oh, Costner, stomps on his chest.
I must have, like, quickly missed that. But the scene of him going into the locker and they just close up, I literally go, what the fuck is that? Like, I was like, what? Like, I almost, like, half expected it to be, like, an actual, like actor that we would recognize, and they just have this weird, strange makeup on. But this has to be just what this guy looks like.
Where did they find this man?
Legit.
And what hairstyle is he? Which one of his friends go, wow, man, you look good?
I don't think this guy has many
think he has friends, dude. The first time I saw this movie and they got to the scene where they're capturing him finally and they're asking him questions and he does the whole no. When he first said that, the way he's so intense and his eyes get wide and he just goes, no. It kind of like took me aback. I was like, whoa, because it's like weird, but it's like really creepy the way he says that.
He even did it on the phone with her.
Yeah.
Yes, which I always fucking forget about that part. It's in my head.
Hi, Mommy. Hey, Fletcher.
Fletcher, is that you?
No.
I always only think about the in-person scene where you can see his face. When he's singing. I always forget about that phone part.
Well, it was funny. I was thinking too, like the teases of him, and they show the hair, and I thought it was like, I was like, oh, are they playing it off like it's like gonna be a jealous girl? And the whole time I was like, I bet you they tease that it's a girl, but it's really a guy, kind of like a what's it called? What's that fucking Brian De Palma? Nice that. No, dressed to kill.
Dressed to Kill.
Almost kind of reminded me of something like that, the body double guard.
That's amazing. How'd you come up with that? The body double guard.
That's amazing.
My brain is good for really dumb things.
He even said Gene isn't a hack, man.
Wait, did I say that?
Superman 2 review, yeah.
Awesome.
You are the king of puns.
Yeah. But yeah, I was so taken aback by how this person looks, and I think it actually ended up working because obviously the twist at the end being like, oh no, we caught that guy. He's, overall harmless.
Yeah,
and I was like,
that was
what?
a good twist. He's like, what do you mean? I just shot at him.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
So yeah, that's weird that there were two things going on at once. That was I wouldn't say it was a major payoff. Like after Frank shooting the guy blind, like when he closes his eyes and just hears him in the woods and shoots in that direction, that was pretty cool.
That was cool.
And then he escapes, and then he's like, hey, he was just here. He's like, what do you mean, Frank? We have him right here. And then we're supposed to be like, yeah, that is him. And then it's like, oh, wait, that couldn't be the guy. Then you should really be thinking I guess we'll just give it away. What are we really revealing here? The sister of Oda May.
Oda May.
Oh my god.
What am I doing? The sister of Whitney Houston, or
Rachel.
I hate the name Rachel Marin. I'm sorry. Does anybody else think that was like?
Really? No, that's never bothered me at all.
I don't think it sounds like a famous person's name. I think they would have changed it if that was their name.
I mean, do you think Cyndi Lauper sounds like a cool pop star name?
Lauper is amazing. That sounds great. When you hear that the sister hired a guy to murder her sister, it's like, well, that other guy wasn't doing anything. he was masturbating and sniffing her stuff and staring at her photos. Why would he want to kill her? But again, when someone gets fixated on something, the only thing they could do is purge the fixation, which is...
But they did confirm that he was the one sending those ransom letters, though, right?
Yeah, that is weird. Yeah, that is weird. They were threatening, too, though.
Yeah, like, you shall die. Like, Marin, bitch, you will die.
Oh,
And
maybe you're right. Okay, I'm stupid.
Well, no,
I have nothing. Yeah, all that shit.
I just think it's weird how... I was thinking about that when they revealed that. I was like, weird. They said he was otherwise harmless, but he's sending threatening, like, ransom notes. And isn't that still against the law? Like, that?
Yes.
Yeah. But then he's there at the end when they're wheeling Costner out on the fucking stretcher.
That
He's
was
there.
so weird, dude.
Yeah, I was like, this guy was still danger close. Like, what the fuck?
Would they release him?
Yeah. But I'm not going to lie. The twist of the sister being behind it all, I was like, whoa.
That's a hell of a twist.
Yeah, I did not see that coming at all.
And she admitted it because Fletcher almost got blown up in a boat like Lethal Weapon.
A diving board, but it was still a water-based...
Oh, okay, yeah, he was about to hit water.
Yeah.
Same thing, boat, diving board.
Yeah. I mean, they're water-related.
Yeah, that guy is so ugly, he could have never hooked up with Rachel. However, she did hook up with an insanely ugly man later on in the movie, but okay. Like she was so mad at Frank. He basically somehow sleeps with this girl on the first date. Sleeps with her. Like,
well, from the first time she stood up in her chair when he first went to her house and they were doing that whole big dance routine and her house is full of people, she stood up, she's like, what? And she turns around and looks at him. She's eye-fucking him. That whole scene, looking him up and down.
There, even, yeah, absolutely. And when she catches him watching her videos, like her music videos.
Oh, dude.
Immediately she's like, I can get this guy. Like,
dude, he doesn't even blink, and then he starts sitting forward in his chair like he just wants us fucking start cranking it right there.
Yeah.
Someone's got to AI that shit, dude, to have some crank action going on.
I never thought about it, but last night, how was he watching that? Was there like a VHS tape in that little guest house of her videos, or was he just flipping through MTV?
No, he's on YouTube. In 92. What?
Yeah.
I will say though, that scene though of when they're at he takes her to his like wherever after their date.
That dog ugly house he lives in?
Yeah.
That shithole.
I will say, guys, the ninja sword technique will always get you laid.
Technique?
Yeah, just throw a girl like how cool a ninja sword is.
Well, he had already done the foreplay with the fucking Wu-Tang film or whatever that went to go see it.
Yeah, that he's seen like 67 times. Yeah.
So that was kind of like setting her up, and then he takes her back home, and he's got that fucking sword hanging on his wall.
Yep.
I was just gonna say she picks it up and starts like almost holding it down like a dick. Because she's got it like held almost down to her crotch. So it's like a phallic symbol almost.
Everybody has to say this stuff. So what are you trying to say? She put a dick on his chest?
Yeah. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. No, but it just insinuates some kind of a sexual moment. Because she's got it held down to her, almost to her crotch, sticking straight out.
And he's like, I do love strap-ons. She's like, that's where I was going with this.
I just love it how he's like, watch this. And then he takes that cloth.
But it always bothers me that the cloth does touch the top of the sword before he throws it up.
Oh, it does? I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I always noticed it because I just stare at it and I was like, oh, would it got cut right there? Then he throws it up. Then it comes. Maybe it's the force of coming down though that did it. I don't know.
Oh, now that you think about it, I always notice that too.
You always notice it that 5 seconds you saw it?
I was thinking of that today. I was like, I need to start incorporating. I always notice
on our first watches with him, yeah.
But do you know how sharp that sword would have to be from that thin fucking cloth floating down so slowly,
that thing
just to fucking sever as soon as it hit it?
Yeah, that has to be razor sharp.
In real life, her fingers would have been laying on the basement floor, right? She would have fucked up. Yeah, she would have done something wrong, and she would have died.
His fingers would have been laying in her penis.
Well, apparently they were about an hour later. So can you see this guy like undressing this woman and pulling his penis out and like getting it chubbed up and sliding it in her? Like this really happened. I can't.
I'm really thinking about that.
I'm disappointed they didn't actually show a half-ass sex scene there, though.
Yeah, they didn't do anything.
Like with her on top of him or something. I mean, they just cut to the next morning.
Yeah, even movies like the fucking first Terminator have one. Like,
Although I think the whole sex scene is included as a bonus feature on the Blu-ray, though.
oh my god.
So do you think that he is her type?
I think she's just so living in a box and so protected and doesn't have hardly any contact with the outside world other than her inner circle.
So anyone who gets in the circle might be a lay possibility?
Basically, any half-ass decent-looking guy, she just wants to, yeah.
Her sister said she's a short thing. Did you get that? Did you guys pick up on that? I'm sure Chris did.
Yes.
Cool. Did you pick up on that in the first watch?
No.
Did you pick up on it all the time? Or what's it called? You always thought?
Every time. I always thought
Every
that.
time.
Every
He
time.
always
Every
thought
time
it.
I've seen this movie one time.
So she says, look, it says that she's for the Oscar, she's nominated. They say she's a sure thing, but of course you knew that already.
Oh, I didn't get
In front of the kid! What a fucking bitch.
Yeah.
And then she goes, I'm sorry, that was inappropriate. Let me do this at a different time.
And again, I said this to Alex last night. No wonder she's jealous because she's nothing to look at.
She is butt ugly.
Yeah,
I
she is.
I always thought it was. Why do I keep saying that? Now it's not even a fucking joke. I was thinking it was funny how when she's confronting him at the cabin, and she says something along the lines of like, "Oh, you could have fucked both, but you just stopped at the
Oh
one."
my
like,
God.
Yeah, I was like,
she says, why stop at one when you could have fucked them both?
Because
Yeah, I was
one's a
like-
10 and one's a 4.
yeah.
So I'm going to stop at the 10.
I'm surprised at that point I didn't catch on that she was behind something, but that just goes to show you I was just like invested.
No. You shouldn't have caught on. I don't think so.
I had no
I
fucking
was gonna
idea.
say, yeah, they did a really good job of hiding it because I was like I said, I was like, whoa,
Now listen. No. There's two sides to this. Listen, they made it very obvious she's jealous of her.
yeah, well,
Well, yeah, the
But,
jealousy,
but
yeah.
that's normal. That's like Jermaine being jealous of Michael.
Right.
That's not a big deal, right? Yeah, that's not a big deal. It's not uncommon. I'm sure it's I'm sure fucking the other Stallone is jealous of Sylvester. Who's that guy who like sings? Or
Frank.
I'm sure he's the same way. I'm sure Patrick Swayze's brother is the same way. I'm sure all these people are the same way, right? Like they're all jealous, especially if they were in a little band at the beginning. Then there was one prominent person, and then they became the like. All the Jacksons are probably like this woman.
Well, of course they were. Yeah.
So it's not like you should expect her to be the one who's sending someone off to kill this woman. So don't think that.
Well, it's funny that it's funny now because obviously knowing it, like I mean, the scene with her doing her in her little room, and then she reveals that she had a career, or whatever.
Yeah, those photos.
That, but then when I have it on while watching it now, in the beginning when they're coming out of the brunch and the lady asks to take a picture with her kid.
Oh yeah, and he goes to kill the little girl.
Yeah, and then they hand the sister to the camera to take the picture, and the look on her face.
Yeah.
Wow, she thought she should be right there in Rachel's position, but instead she takes photos of strangers with her.
Yeah.
Well, back then you couldn't tell if they fucked up the photo or not, so she could have just been so jealous that she'd move her hand and make every picture blurry, and no one would know it.
Isn't that funny? There was a time where someone would take one picture instead of 5,000 in the span of like 30 seconds.
You should still take 3 at least back then.
Well, I know. You know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying.
It's crazy. And you would know what they looked like until like a week later. Until you took them to Kmart or Kodak to get the film developed.
And then you got in your car and you immediately opened the envelope.
Oh, dude, that I have countless memories of going with my mother to Kmart to get photo developed, and then going back a few days later to pick up the pictures. And I also like how in this movie they used Alex's home for Rachel's house in this film.
Well, it's funny you say that, Chris. There were no glass shower doors in that home. That home, that was Rachel's home, God, I hate the name Rachel. It should be Whitney Houston.
Houston.
So this is Whitney Houston.
That house, Ghoul is gonna love this because I know the Ghoul will know this.
I didn't look it up, but I was thinking, I was like, this had to have been in another movie that we've seen.
A horse's head was in that house.
The
The head of a horse was in that house.
Godfather?
That's right.
Wow.
That was that producer's house.
Wow, no shit.
Isn't that crazy?
That's awesome.
They repurposed it for this movie.
Yeah, I was looking at it, I was like, this has to have been in something. Ah, nice.
Didn't it suck to be a rich person in like 92? Because your house, although they made these houses very big and all that fun stuff, high ceilings, all that good stuff, but it's very gaudy and like old.
Cavernous. It's not homey. There's nothing comforting about that.
Nothing.
It's like you're just sitting in a showpiece.
Right. Let's take it another step. Let's say you wanted to like some cool, like if you thought you were rich and famous, you want like Ghoul would never live in a place like this. He would want like the place Tony Stark lived in, right? Like in Iron Man, like something, a glass house or something on a hill overlooking something amazing, right? Like who wants a gaudy old?
I'd probably have something more like David Koresh, like a compound.
Oh my God.
I was going to say, I could see Ghoul living in the house that the bad guys lived in Point Break.
I would, yeah, that's actually probably more accurate, yeah.
Where the guy poured beer in his Cheerios?
Yeah, I could see Ghoul standing by the window. I'm going to waste him, I swear to Christ.
I'll pump him up, I swear to Christ.
Pump him up.
Wow. Yeah, even if he was a millionaire, he'd still do that.
Live little, you know?
That would be my beach house.
Well, that's why like, I hate when people say whenever they get money, they're like, oh, I'd like buy this, buy that. I'm like, I don't need the fancy car. I like the car I have now. I just have the money. I'd buy I'd buy a regular house like those, what's his name? That would be a waste of time. I'd buy a house like that, yeah.
Anthony Kiedis.
Yeah. The actual better member of Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Oh, don't even start.
What about War Child? He lived there too,
Dude,
man.
War Child's a badass.
That's true.
Bunker Weiss? No? How about Lupton Pittman? That was War Child's real name. So, what do you think of the nightclub scene? We touched on it, but she doesn't care. She goes there, and then he the whole there's no security here. Like, how much? Okay, how much do you want to strangle Psy?
Oh, dude, he is a piece of fucking shit.
I wanted, even before when she has that freak out when she's trying to listen to her whatever, and then the drill.
She said, "Shut up! Shut up!"
Yeah, and then when he talks about like how she needs to take this seriously and whatever, and then he's like, no, you need to like switch up your patterns. You know, the person will know when you go to whatever brunch on whatever on Sunday.
Tuesday brunch. Who ever heard of that?
Yeah, and he's like, yeah, go on Tuesday, and then he goes a Tuesday brunch. Like,
where'd you find this guy?
Oh.
He's one of those classic hangers-on who thinks like he's a celebrity now because he fucking kisses the celebrity's ass and does anything they fucking want.
Yep.
Like he's the kind of person that leads to celebrities overdosing on drugs because they know what's happening, but they won't say anything because they don't want to piss the celebrity off because then they'll get cut off from their source of income.
How they funnel money out of them.
Yeah, well,
yeah, exactly, right.
Yeah, case in point, he hid all the fucking shit that was happening. Like he hid the fact that that doll that exploded was a bomb. They said it was just a thing.
Does she not know that happened?
No, they say it was a faulty whatever.
You heard that?
When did they say that?
And I think it was
this guy's seen the movie once. I've seen it 35 times.
He always does this though.
I forget specifically when he says it, but they're saying it in the scene when they talk about when they're in the bedroom.
Right.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure they go over
when she's not in there.
When she's not in there, and then Bill Cobb is like, all right, you might as well tell him, whatever. And then that's when the messages have been consistently coming, or the letters have been consistently coming through. The doll wasn't a faulty thing. It was a fucking bomb.
So she doesn't even know that's why her room blew up?
Didn't even know that someone was in her house and beat off on her bed.
Oh yeah, and I like when he goes, someone comes into the house, jerks off on the bed, blah blah blah. I think that shows that there's this registers as a serious situation. And he goes, "Hey, we don't need this. We don't need this because the guy is saying this is a serious situation. This qualifies as alarming."
Well, that's what I'm saying. That Psy fucker, he's the one who was basically running the show at that point. So Bill Cobbs, which I'm completely sure what Bill Cobbs' role was here. Was he just like a fatherly figure?
They don't really specify. He kind of is, but at the same time, it's weird.
Because he clearly doesn't have any pull. He gives his opinion, but Psy's the one who's like steering everything.
But it also seems like he has a status, like an already established relationship with Frank. So I don't like maybe he's just like established with like a lot of like celebrities who have needed bodyguard in the past. I don't know.
Bill Cobb, whatever Bill Cobb's role is, he's basically the one that can say to her, like, "God damn it, Rachel, fucking listen to me." Whereas Psy just does whatever she wants, kisses her fucking ass.
Because he doesn't truly care about her well-being.
Right, where Bill Cobbs does.
Well,
right.
What do you feel about the very end when Psy picks up the card that shows that she, I guess, won?
It has the blood on
the Oscar, and there's blood, and he wipes it and smears it. Is that
and then puts it in his jacket?
Yeah, in his own jacket.
Is that supposed to show us that he still hasn't learned a goddamn thing?
Yes, because there's blood. He saw what just happened. There's blood, Frank's blood on the card. He picks it up, kind of smiles, and then puts it in his jacket like for safekeeping. It's like that's what's important.
The priority, right?
He's not worried about what just happened. That's what shows what a shitbag he was,
and he will never change.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I just feel bad for the actor though, because that like the way he looks, you can tell he's just a fucking. He probably has played multiple slime.
Oh, he's a perfect slime bag. Yeah.
Yeah. Isn't it weird when you look like one?
I was gonna say, when you look like, I mean, honestly, if you look like it, you might as well take advantage and make fucking money off of it.
Right. Who's more obsessed with orange juice, Frank Farmer or Lois Lane? So how about, okay, now this is an acting thing I'm going to comment on with Whitney Houston. Now, I'm almost going to say more it's a writing thing, though. I'm going to say that she got a raw deal here. Not like Arnold Schwarzenegger did.
I was waiting for it.
Okay. No, she got one in the writing.
I was so glad to be on that show.
Dude, you were amazing. He has sex with her, wakes up, and says, "What the hell am I doing? I can't protect you like this." So she flips out about it and keeps going in a very weird direction and says, "Just tell me what I did wrong," which is very weird and submissive. For a star to like say, "Did I do something wrong, Daddy? Do I need to sit in the corner or a timeout or something?" Like, it's a very weird thing to ask. And then he's like makes it very clear. I have to remember what I'm being paid for. Blah blah blah. She's like, "What? Making me feel like shit?" He's like, "What? No. I'm here to protect you, and I can't do it like this." And you would think as a 29-year-old adult, which she was, that she'd be like, "Yeah, I know. Listen, I just really like you. I guess, yeah, we can't be having sex when you're supposed to be like on guard 24/7 with me and all this stuff. I guess we kind of like messed up. We had too many drinks last night, whatever." Because if you guys notice, he was drinking beer on their date.
Right.
Yeah.
But instead, she's like, "I'm not good enough," or "There's something else," or "Just tell me what I did wrong." It's like, what? And it's like, "I can't do this." He goes, "You could fire me, or you could deal with it. You could fire me." She's like, "But I can't fuck you."
Right.
Yeah, that was a really good line delivery by her. I like that one.
Dude,
that one stung.
As soon as she said that, I would have done a swan dive back into the bed.
It was like, "Well, yeah, you can."
Yeah, you got me. You're right.
But not again after this time, though. But no,
One more time.
But it's like she goes, but she says something else too. She goes, "Oh, so is that it for me? Like, no more." She says something like, "So what, I can't have sex with you anymore? It just comes off very strange for a person in her position.
Well, it's because she's been given everything. Nobody ever tells her no. She's not used to someone saying no to her.
Yeah.
Like, everybody kisses her fucking ass and gives her whatever she wants. And now Frank's telling her no.
Yeah, she's like, so that's it for me?
Right. She's like, you don't want me? Are you fucking kidding me?
See? I didn't take it like that.
That's exactly how I took it.
Yeah, that's like the way the way she talks, like
not that he doesn't want her, but like, you aren't going to continue this with me? Like, she's shocked.
Yeah, I think it's like similar to like she started off subtle, like in the beginning, kind of like you were saying, like she's trying to like,
what did I do wrong?
It's like kind of like a mix of both. Like you're spoiled, and now you're paying the consequences of what it's like to not be spoiled.
So we get to the part where they're like, I don't know where they are, but they're at a hotel, and she wants to make Frank jealous, and she talks to this ugly ass other guy, Portman.
They're in Miami.
Does that guy not look like somebody took a sword to his face or something?
It's funny because I've always thought he looked weird, but I've never really focused on what it was. But last night when I was rewatching this, it's his left eye. It only closes like half the way compared to his other eye. And then he's got like that floppy bangs that hangs over on that one side.
But doesn't he also have a scar going through the middle of his eyes or something?
You might be right.
Next time he shows up on screen, I'll try and happen to look.
But it's the fucking eye and the weird floppy like hair.
And he's got a very distinct like facial features. Like his cheeks are kind of sunken in. His chin is kind of like long.
He looks like a great villain though. Absolutely. I'll give him that.
And he like looks like
which should have been a giveaway, but it almost seems like. Obviously, I can't think about what I was thinking the first time I watched this movie because that was so long ago. But it's almost like, well, is he another red herring? You know, because you already got the no.
Also, as someone with the first time viewing, as soon as he shows up and he says Portman, I was like, oh, he kind of established whatever. But then when he has that little conversation with Frank about, he kind of makes a dig at him of not being there for the.
Because Reagan was shot when he wasn't even protecting him?
And he was, because he was at his own mother's fucking funeral. That's why. And that's why the motherfuckers are going to make him feel bad. Like, so anyway, we roll back over that. But the thing with this Portman dude, as my first time watch, I didn't even think he was going to ever show up. I thought they just put him there to basically be like a little bit of a rival to Frank. And then just to use him as her means to make Frank jealous, and then that was it. So when he showed up again at the end, and Frank gives him that look, I was like, "Oh!"
You figured it out before he shot her.
That look he gives him, and then when he's like, "Oh no, I'm working tonight," and I was like, okay.
When Portman in this scene, did you remember that they even said his name at the very beginning of the movie?
For some reason,
when he said, "What about
I don't know
Portman?"
what it is. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I think like we said earlier, though, you pick a name that you'll remember, and they.
I mean, it is a unique name, Portman.
But
I remembered it. Yeah.
Of course you did.
Chris, you saw the weird thing between his eyes, the picture I sent?
Oh yeah, he's kind of got like a weird like.
Oh, dude, I have never fucking known. It looks like a burn.
And then
scar
even
almost.
like the one on his cheek, like that little like there too.
It looks like a knife scar on his cheek.
Yeah.
I always just focused on his eye, the way it only opens like halfway. Wow. No, I've never noticed that before, dude. Holy shit.
I rented this in HD. I guess the Ultra HD wasn't available.
So Rachel being with Frank and this guy, or trying, or whatever she did with this guy, you have to raise the question. So the racial thing, right? So what I found really interesting is that it's not that Rachel is into white guys or anything like that, right?
I think it's funny how you can't not call her Whitney Houston, but you can call Kevin Costner Frank, no problem.
Yeah, because I don't like the name Rachel Marin. I never did. So they talked about the racial situation.
Wait, so you're saying Rachel and Frank were in an interracial relationship?
Well, yeah.
They were in an interracial relationship.
Here we go.
Oh my God.
The Ghoulisms.
Well, she is a sure thing.
Mm.
Kevin Costner said, they said, so should we write a scene talking about this or getting it out there? And he said, absolutely not. He said, I don't even want a scene explaining it or addressing it or anything. And then Whitney Houston said, no, this isn't about race and black and white and brown and blah, yellow, whatever. She goes, this is two human beings who have a connection, who, whatever. She said, this is not about race, nothing. So it should never even be brought up. It should not be made a spectacle of. It should not be, oh, well, I guess we got to address it. So they both said they don't even want a scene like that kind of interfering with anything that's going on or dragging the movie down or anything like that. They deliberately did not put that in there, and they knew that it was a thing. How do you guys feel about that? They didn't even address that stuff.
I'm so glad they didn't waste any time on that, because that would have just added an unnecessary subtext to this movie that's already obvious just by watching it. You don't have to have it explained and shoved down your throat. Yeah, it's a black woman and a white guy. Okay, we don't need to talk about it. I'm sure when I first watched this movie, yeah, I thought about it. Obviously, okay, because that wasn't it wasn't as common back then. But for the last, I'll say 20 years when I watch this, I don't think about that. To me, it's just this pop star with this bodyguard guy, and they fall in love. That's it. I don't even think about that.
Like, even her dropping a line, like, I'm not normally into white guys, Frank. Like, not even that.
You just saying that, I completely forgot that line is even uttered.
Oh, no, she didn't say that.
Oh, okay. I was going to say, I can't even think about that.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't think I caught that one.
No. I'm saying, can you imagine if they inserted something like that just so we said it?
Right, right. Just to acknowledge it, right. Yeah.
And point being, too, that would be something they would do if they made that movie now. Like, they would 100% make it a point to be like, this is
So if they made the movie now, it'd be two guys.
That's two guys.
A black guy and a white guy.
Yeah, but no, you know what I mean, though. If that's whatever the thing, the slant would be, the whole point of it being about a bodyguard and a celebrity would be out the window. It'd just be, it's two people of different, either race or sexualities. It's a different thing, guys. Let's hammer it home.
Do you think if it was two gay guys, do you think what would they address first? That they're gay or that one's black and one's white?
That's that's like the person making the movie would have that meme of like that cartoon guy where he's got the two buttons and he's sweating on which one to pick.
Which one to press?
That would be the
our race or our gender.
Yeah. What do I do? No, race or sexuality. Yeah.
I like how after Rachel walks off with Portman to go to their little room to make out, and Farmer's still standing there. Alex, you would not have picked up on this. Ghoul, are you a big Ghostbusters fan? I can't remember.
I'm like 50-50.
He's not.
So that woman that walks up,
I'm just kidding.
That woman that walks up to Frank and says, I've been watching you all night from across the room.
She Gozer?
Yeah, she looks like Gozer with that fucking haircut and shit.
Oh, it's not her. Oh, I thought it was.
I was thinking,
but the way her hair is, that's the first thing I thought of last night. I was like,
it's funny you say, because when she came up to him and she said that, and I was like, the first thing I thought of was she kind of reminded me in like, not necessarily looks, maybe the hairstyle a little bit, not as crazy as that, but like her personality and like the way she I was like, lady, you're not that, like, whatever. She reminded me of the fucking, what's her name? The evil lady from the first two Hellraiser movies, Julia, and how that girl is like going around banging all these guys, and she's like one of the fucking ugliest women ever.
Ugly, and she's still banging guys.
Yeah, I was like, oh, this lady just had fucking Hellraiser syndrome. Like, she thought she could get this guy.
She had way too much confidence.
Yeah.
She thought she was going to bed Frank, right there. Dude.
What does he say back to her, though? She was like, I was watching you from back there.
She goes, I've been watching you all night from across the room. And he goes, why don't you go back over there and keep watching? That's such a baller line. It's
so good. Oh, amazing.
He couldn't have said it to a perfecter looking person either. We were all thinking that, like, honey.
Oh, dude, she thought she was like fucking a Pamela Anderson or something.
Yeah. Oh, that's so good.
How often does that line work for her, I wonder?
I was gonna say, yeah, she must use that on every guy she meets.
I mean, the look on her face, she was so fucking confident she was about to fucking bed this guy.
Oh, all guys love to hear that girls are looking at. There's no way this could go wrong. That's what she's thinking.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I mean, I would have fucked her. I'm not going to lie.
You would have?
Yes.
You would have kept walking around the room and looking for something better? You'd fuck Gozer? Dude, come on.
Are you a loser?
She'd be asking.
Are you a god?
Are you a god? Going up to Chris. And Chris is like, yes, I am.
I'm like, no, then die.
Okay, we cannot go through too much of the more of this movie without talking about Mike Starr. Come on.
Yeah.
Let's go here.
Oh, I've been waiting. That's fine.
Oh, good. Then go ahead. Let it rip.
We get introduced to him early, and he's all cocky and shit. You can tell he wants nothing to do with Frank. Absolutely nothing.
He tells him where the door is right away.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. So after Frank realizes that whatever Rachel is saying is not going to jive with his standards, Frank says, Miss Marin, there's been some sort of misunderstanding. If you show me the quickest way out, I'll save us each a lot of trouble. And Mike Starr goes, you can go by the pool. He's so fucking mad. It's amazing.
Amazing. He starts off right away. Then his second scene is them in the car together, and he's like, listen.
Oh, that's so good.
You know, you're some Johnny completely hired hand, but guess what? I fucking love this girl. I want her to be happy, blah, blah, blah.
I love how he says it. I love this lady. What I do for her, I do out of love. I'm not some hired fucking gun who's here to make her life miserable. You watch me and you'll learn something.
And Frank's not even looking at him.
He thinks he's the shit, dude. And Frank's like, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then the kitchen scene when Mike comes in there. Oh,
that is
shit. Yeah, that's the scene immediately after the club scene, right?
Yeah.
After Frank rushes her out of there.
Frank rushes around and leaves everyone else behind.
Well, yeah, he sends him in a different direction on purpose, and then just to prove how incompetent he is, which I thought was awesome.
And Tony walks in. Frank's sitting at the bar, like cutting that apple, and Tony walks in there and he goes, yeah! He just throws a fucking haymaker from behind him, and Frank blocks it or ducks it or whatever, hits him twice, puts him on the ground, puts that chair over him, like pinning him down by his fucking throat,
basically saying, "Dude, you have no chance against me at all.
Dude, I can do whatever I want with you, so stop right now."
And then Tony even gives the hand signal, like, okay, I give up. I'll stop.
Okay.
Okay.
And as soon as he is able to get up again, he tries again. Then this guy does the Superman 2 to him, puts him on. Puts him on.
Are you Superman 2? I swear to God. I have. Frank hits him with 2 shots, then throws him on the bar and slides him all the way down, just like Superman did to the truck driver in Superman 2.
Too bad there wasn't an arcade machine at the end of it. A pinball machine. Yeah, like that would have been amazing.
And then Mike Starr gets up and still wants more. He picks up a fucking full-sized kitchen knife and then looks at Frank and waves him in for more, like, come on. And then Frank picks up that small knife, kind of flips it up, and then fucking whizzes it right past his ear. And then Mike Starr drops that kitchen knife and puts his hands up like, I give. Sorry, you win.
And from that day, he said, I don't want to talk about this again.
Oh, dude, that line is amazing. I don't want to talk about this again.
Meanwhile, we didn't talk about it the first time.
I love that, though, because I do love that, like, he takes Frank's side from then on in the movie, like especially towards like the end or whatever. He's like, Frank knows what he's doing or whatever he says. Like,
oh yeah, by the end he's totally on Frank's side.
Yeah, and I love that because normally you would think in a movie like this the guy would just quit and leave, but I like that he turns him. I like it when that happens.
I was gonna say I like the morning after Rachel messes around with Portman. And Frank is in her room with her, and they're having an argument about it.
She's like trying to eat breakfast with sunglasses on.
Yes, and then she says something to Frank, and he kind of smirks, and she goes, "Don't you dare laugh at me! Don't judge me!" And he goes, Oh, give me a break. I didn't tell you to fuck everyone in the hotel. It's amazing.
That actually is funny. That scene when she first comes out and she's got the glasses on and everyone's cleaning up and she's just like we've all been there when you're the morning after a fucking heavy night and you're just like, what the fuck?
You can't even take any sunlight in your eyes.
And then she opens the tray for breakfast and she's like, ugh.
Yeah, it's like making her sick. Yeah.
Yeah, like just the sight of it.
She'd rather start with a screwdriver. Or what's that thing girls drink in the morning? What is that?
Mimosa.
Oh, mimosa, yeah.
Dude, mimosas are so underrated. They're amazing.
They're not bad.
At least Frank treats that guy in the kitchen really nice.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
Poor
yeah.
guy. That guy was just having a fucking cigarette break and he gets the shit kicked out of him.
Well, he was pretty rude to Frank.
He did, yeah. He was a little bit out of line.
He was out of line. Sorry, pal. You lose that one. So the dude calls her, says, "Mommy, no. So she finally gets freaked out by that phone call and says, she says, "I'll do anything you say." So he goes, "Well, I'll take you away from this whole place." And she goes, "Well, okay, I'll do it." And he goes, "What about Cy?" She says, "Fuck him." I was kidding. No, but so she agrees to go to this cabin, like remote cabin. And like, how do these people like get groceries or do anything if anything goes wrong? Do they have electricity? Do they have, what's happening in this
That's
house?
it's funny you say that because when I was watching this last night, I was like, God damn, that is like the ideal location to live. Mountains, snow, woods, lake, amazing cabin. But then it's like, now hold on. How far are you away from convenience as far as like going grocery shopping, getting gas?
Yeah, how's your Chinese food?
Back then, obviously back then there wasn't internet or anything like that, so we don't have to worry about that. But just the normal conveniences, like, is it really worth it?
No, because the most exciting part of your day is when your son comes over to play chess every 3 years.
Well, it's funny actually because like I was actually at a place like this like 2 years ago. For me and my buddies for a friend's bachelor party, we rented an Airbnb in Vermont, and it was a place like this. It was obviously like super nice and had all like great amenities, but yeah, like the closest like store to go get stuff I think was like a Walmart, and it was like, I don't know, 20 minutes from where we were.
Yeah.
And
That's not that bad,
but we were there. We went up when it was a major snowstorm. So like, if we had been there while it was we would have been fucked. Yeah. But
just think of what Paulie would have thought if they had to spend time there. He said, "We're gonna crack out here.
I'll squash you, stoner bums."
You picked this place, Rock? Yeah.
And then like a few years ago, we stayed at an Airbnb for
I don't
my
need
cousin's
this
wedding. And we went stayed at the Ted Williams house, which is very similar to this, but that was in like bumfuck, I forget where. But yeah, the closest place to get anything was like there was at least like a half hour, and you're like, what the fuck? Like, how do people live like I could see how if you live there your whole life, I could see how you live like that. But yeah, like when people say like, oh, I can't wait to retire, I want to go to a place like that, I was like, you'd like I'd be fucking miserable after a while.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's fun for a week or two, but eventually you will start crazy.
Yeah, I've had that same conversation with a lot of people over the years. I've always said, like, I could live anywhere as long as there's a Walmart within 15 minutes away from me and I still have Amazon 2-day delivery, then I'll be fine.
Yeah. Well,
and internet, yeah.
And internet. Even at that, like, I was thinking about, like during the snowstorms this week, like, there were, like, high power losses. I was like, if I lose power, what the fuck do I, like, what am I supposed to do with myself? Like, well, like, it's so fucked. Like, that's where we are right now, where if your electricity goes out, you have no way of entertaining yourself.
Oh, yes, you can go mock, ing, bird, ing, yeah,
sing, yeah.
That's what you could do, Ghoul. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Somebody could go, guys!
Oh, God, Mike Starr.
The only thing you could do is fucking read a book, and even at that, once you run out of light, like natural daylight, you can't really fucking read. So
you got candlelight, dude.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah,
stock up on candles.
Yeah, I'd have to it'd be like fucking like what's this, like fucking like Ebenezer Scrooge time?
No, dude, you don't understand how Alex and I grew up. When the power went out, once the sun went down, if you didn't have a flashlight or candlelight, you were fucked.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, fuck that.
I just can't believe what Mike Starr said to Frank Farmer's father when he got there. He was like, listen, you fucking yellow snow-eating, welfare-collecting piece of shit. Get the fuck out of here! And he goes, oh, I was just bringing down the chess pieces. You guys don't want to play? Yeah, that was weird how he said that. God, I love it. So yeah, the boat blows up. The sister cracks up. And this is after we already talked about trying to bang Frank.
Can I bring something up real quick about the kid? When she sees him out there on the boat with Frank and talks about how dangerous it is because he can't swim that well, then why the fuck do you have a pool where the kid is only ever sitting ankle deep in? Like, why wouldn't you give the kid lessons?
And he's like by himself almost.
All the time. Yeah, he's just him in that fucking, like toy boat.
Yeah, in all your billionaire free time, you didn't have an instructor teaching this kid how to swim?
Yeah.
He's just getting, well, you don't know how. I guess that's your life. Is your life now. You'll never know how to swim.
In the scene when they get back to the, I guess, palace, whatever you want to call it, they show a scene. It's like the scene of them two sitting across each other at the pool while he's in the pool with friends playing. I was like, oh, suddenly he can swim now? Like, it was I just thought it was funny.
Maybe that was the wake-up call.
Yeah,
They gave him swimming lessons.
Yeah, in the meantime, to show how much time has passed, I guess, yeah.
I like how Frank jumps and, like, dives onto this boy to knock him off the boat. Like, that's your... Why don't you just jump onto the boat with him? It only works because the boat explodes, but if it didn't...
it's funny. I didn't even think of that because when the boat exploded, I was like, "Oh shit!" Like that was a plan.
Yeah, but Frank couldn't have known that would happen.
Right? Yeah. So yeah, it kind of doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Why would he have dove or dived? Dove in the lake and they become zombies. That's fucking bullshit, man.
I will never re-listen to that show.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just giving you a little reliving some of the Friday 2 vs. 4 show.
Yeah, well...
When they fucking when they dived.
When you fucking when you're drinking for 4 hours.
So this guy shoots the sister. The guy that she hired. Did he think she was Whitney Houston?
Like, was he there to kill her, or was he there to kill...
Did he kill the sister because he heard her dropping too much information?
Yeah, right. That's what I couldn't fathom. I was like, because it seemed like, I mean, granted, it was because Frank intervened, but it seemed like he was there just to kill her. But
you always thought that he was there to kill her?
Always. Every one time I watched this, I've always thought this since yesterday.
Since yesterday, you thought it?
I've always thought it since yesterday, so, it still counts.
I've always kind of wondered about that, why Nikki just gets blown away immediately,
I think it's because she was spilling the beans, and he must have overheard it.
It was either that or he thought that was Rachel.
I doubt that.
I don't know. Chicks love getting shot, dude.
Well, she must have loved it.
How funny would it have been if after she got shot, if Thorne would have jumped out of one of those bedrooms and said, "That's what you get, you fucking bitch.
That's what you get for telling people about me."
Yeah. You have a real cocky mouth.
Yeah, it sure took care of your friend. Yeah, I'll take care of you.
You realize like 5 people that listen to this will get that, right?
I like how he closes the sister's bottle and puts it away while she's in the middle of drinking.
She was sitting there getting fucking wasted, and then he just grabs the bottle from her like, "Okay, you're done."
Yep.
And this is before she even spilled any beans. He just thought she was done because she was annoying before that.
Well, it's funny because he kind of looks at her like he kind of knows what's up. I don't know, just the way he looks at her, he almost is like she's drinking because she knows that there's he knows that there's something else deeper going on with it.
Here's the real question of the day. Do you think that Frank told Rachel her sister hired the guy to kill her or not? When the movie ended, I was like, did he tell her or not? I don't think he did. I don't think he did. I don't think he wanted her to know that about because what difference does it make now, right?
Right.
That doesn't help. You can't get any more information. It doesn't change anything.
Yeah, she still has a kid to take care of.
Right. Rachel never knowing that her own sister betrayed her like that is just like Sai not telling her anything else. In this case, it actually may be better that Rachel never finds out that her sister hired the hitman.
Yeah, 100%.
Right. All she knew is that she was in trouble and she needed to get the fuck out of there.
Mm-hmm.
Some lies are for the best.
Yeah, he buried that secret for her, I think. I don't think he told Rachel that. Now, I will say this. Rachel got over that motherfucker shit real quick. She was on the way to the Oscars like, yeah, baby, blah, blah, blah. It's like, what?
And when it was just playing on my TV when she gets out of the limo, I was like I don't even think I could fake being happy like that.
Isn't that crazy? She was happy quick.
Yeah.
And you knew the Oscars were right around the corner because they were printing it in the newspaper.
Oh, they even mentioned in the little news radio thing over when they show the funeral procession going back to the house. They even mentioned they're like, oh, it's unsure if she'll be in attendance at the Oscar ceremony. So they didn't even know if she was going to be able to be good enough to make it.
Oh, she'll be there with bells on.
Yeah, legit.
She was grinning like the Grinch at this.
Yeah, it's like apparently they weren't very close. Although it would seem they were very close based on that Jesus loves me scene.
Right. And you see how disgusted the sister was? Like, oh, God, you're going to come over and sing this song better than I do?
Oh, wow, dude. That's a great point. I never thought about that. She's like, of course. But then if you look at their faces, the sister seems to be caught up in the moment. Like, she's all happy and shit. But no, I totally see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah, she definitely has a disgust little moment face when she's like, ugh.
You're going to come steal my thunder.
Mm-hmm. I can't even sing a song about... Oh, I can't.
Yeah,
about
you can.
Jesus without you. So, Frank is on high alert and the guy is like, come on, we have to get out there, Rachel. And then Mike Starr goes, you calm the fuck down. Because he's totally on Frank's side now. And then Sai's like, you know what? You're in charge now, Tony, after this whole debacle. Frank has no clue how to handle a Hollywood star. He goes, you're an asshole.
Yeah, I love it how Mike's like, they show Tony saying, Rachel, wait for Frank, please. And then the stage manager starts to say something, and like you just said, Tony said, you calm the fuck down. It's so awesome the way he says that.
I love it.
And then, yeah, like you said, Sai starts to say his bullshit, and Tony says, you're an asshole. And I think I was going to say that's not the last we see of Tony, because he picks the... So I meant Sai, because he picks that card up. Yeah.
Right, or almost right to the end. We actually don't know if he's with them at the point where they're on the plane at the very last second.
Who, Sai?
Yeah, I don't think we see him, right?
No, they definitely don't show him at that part. No,
we see Bill Cobb say, hey, Rachel, you okay? And we saw Tony, obviously, with a patch on his eye. He looks like a fucking pirate.
Yeah.
Hey, matey. What do you think Porter did to him when he said, hey, what the fuck are you doing here?
Yeah, Porter gave him the Three Stooges double jab to the eye. He gave him the double eyeball point and then chopped him on the back of the neck, and Mike Starr's just dead.
Down for the count. The rest of the night, he's done.
He should have been like, whoop.
In Austin Powers.
Boy. Yeah, that was... I can't believe he gave him a Three Stooges poke in the eyes.
I was watching that last night thinking, is that really the best they could have come up with, the double eye poke?
But I love how he did the chop, and I always... when he did that, I was like, oh, that reminds me of the judo chop from fucking Austin Powers.
Oh, wow. You know what? It's weird. It reminded me of Commando. Remember when... Arnold's leaving the mall and he does something, then he chops the guy on his back or his back of his neck on the way out before he gets hit by the car. Here's the question, and this is just me being an asshole reviewer. Doesn't Porter know that the woman who told Armando to tell him to kill Rachel Marin, does he not know that woman's dead now and he killed her? So You don't even have to do this and you're still getting paid. Like, nothing would change if you didn't kill Rachel at this point. Like, you shot the sister. Now,
Right. Did Portman not know that he killed the sister at that cabin? Because that was him, right? Obviously.
It had to have
you'd
been.
imagine.
So does he not know that? Does he know that? And he's still like, well, fuck it, I'm going to kill her anyway.
But why would you bother killing anyone when you got paid already? And the person who could complain about it is dead.
Well, that's an excellent point. Yep.
Only
right.
thing I can do is, because I'm the fucking defender, when she meant paid in full, she paid Armando in full, but Armando did not pay the rest to...
Until the job's done.
Oh, because Portman wasn't the direct.
No,
exactly.
The in-between guy was Armando.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's okay. You're right. Well,
Okay.
he got us. That's a great point.
Why wouldn't Armando, though? Yeah, I know, whatever. That's a good point. There's no point in... this is a movie. This isn't real life. Like,
Exactly.
I don't really have to figure this out.
Yeah. The great mystery.
The great mystery. Yeah. Here's the other dumb question. Or movie question. Dumb guy reviewing a movie question. How could Portman possibly think you can murder this woman standing 15 feet away from her and you will not be found out?
Oh, at the Academy Awards?
Yeah, like that's
Well, he was in the back of the room, and amidst the chaos, he was slowly inching his way towards the stage.
But he eventually became like 15, 20 feet in front of the stage.
Right, but he had that, it was like a camouflage. He had that TV camera on his shoulder, and nobody was paying attention to that red laser light except Frank.
But after you shoot a gun, would the person right next to you just look over at you and be like, that came from like this guy holding this whole contraption and there's a gun within it?
I mean, he's probably thinking gunshot goes off, crowd goes chaos, he just disappears in the chaos.
I was going to say, once that first gunshot goes off, even if someone happened to see where it came from, once that first shot goes off, people are running for their lives. It's chaos everywhere. And he probably has a swath to get to the stage to shoot that second shot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's the thing. He didn't even need the second shot. The second shot was only because he missed the first time.
Right.
Yeah. So if he got it the first time, he just drops the fucking camera gun, which I think is a really cool fucking.
Oh, it's amazing. Dude.
That's all.
Yeah.
That is really cool.
That's the kind of gun I bought, guys.
A camera gun?
Mm-hmm. That's what I got. 9mm camera gun.
Yeah. Alex is like, smile.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is like one of like the top like most 90s awesome like makeshift weapons I think I've ever seen.
Hey, isn't that funny now that in today's age, the word camera means phone
Yeah.
where we live?
Yes.
Yeah.
If you call your phone a camera, I mean, people wouldn't like make fun of you, I guess, but they'd be like, camera? You mean your phone?
Yeah. Well, it's also funny to think there was a time when they were called camera phones, and there was a time when phones did not have cameras.
Actually, I was going to say it's even more ridiculous that you refer to this as a phone.
Yeah.
It does everything else except,
Yeah.
I mean, it calls, but that's the last fucking thing people use this for is to make
I
fun.
never want to make calls with that thing.
No! Are you
Portable
shitting me?
laptop. That's all it is.
It's a computer. That's what this is. A computer.
Portable computer. Yeah.
So Frank gets shot twice. You're telling me that this man pulled the trigger 2 times in the span of time that Frank's body fucking dove
You're gonna go for it a second time.
in front of Rachel's body.
Well, he gets shot twice. You got to do the bit twice.
Yeah. So in the span of Frank's body flowing over her body, that guy was able to get 2 shots off that both entered Frank's rib cage and stomach area. Then he landed on the ground. And then all these people gathered around. And I'm not saying this is like ridiculous, but I was a little bit thinking that by the time he's like staring at the Portman then he pulls the gun out and he aims it at him. You would think that one of those people surrounding him would have said, no! And like knocked his gun away. But he was able to aim it at him and shoot this guy once in the chest and then an amazing blast.
That second shot is beautiful.
Because the whole thing explodes.
I was gonna say his whole fucking explodes.
Yes, that second shot, the effects
It's
are
amazing.
fucking amazing. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like surprised at how like vicious it kind of seemed. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, for that split second, it's fucking gory, dude. Yeah.
This is
amazing.
92, guys.
I know.
But even just for a movie like this, you don't expect to see like a no pun intended that caliber of violence.
That is a pun if I've ever heard one.
We forgot to do Ghoul's gun corner earlier when the black chauffeur comes in and is looking at Frank's guns in that case, those two like handguns that he lifts. What are those, Ghoul? Do you know?
So the little one, I don't actually. The one that Frank mainly uses, that's a type of, it's either a CZ or it's a 1911, but it has like some definitely they're definitely some specially made. I wouldn't say for the movie, but like, I mean, people can make custom parts to guns no matter what.
What caliber are those guns?
The smaller one, if I had to guess, was probably like maybe a 9. The one that he's using could have been a 9, could have been a 45. I didn't look up the IMFDB for this one, unfortunately.
Is that really a thing?
Yes.
They talk about every gun from every movie.
Yes, they do.
Did they talk about a 45 long slide with laser sighting?
Yes, they do.
Do they talk about what gun Rocky shot Apollo with?
When he got frustrated?
If I do, okay, all right. So I was actually, all right, yeah. So the main gun uses a Browning high power, it's like a branch of a 45 basically, and then
That's why Paulie cut his gloves off.
and then
Got my gloves off so he can grab a gun.
all right, yeah. This is
thunder lips away.
Yeah. So this other one, the small black one, is a H&K P7 and 8.
Is that good?
It's a backup gun. That's like an ankle pistol, basically.
Oh yeah, ankle pistols. They made times that saved someone's life. An ankle pistol. I've seen many movies where the guy fakes falling down and he grabs on his way down and shoots the guy.
Yeah. Whoa, gotcha. Yeah. The gun that is the base of the camera gun that Portman uses. It's the same. It's a Luger, which is the same gun that Bill Cobbs uses to kill Nino Brown in New Jack City.
Oh my God!
Wow.
Yep. Actually, I was gonna say, what was up with the weird Debbie Reynolds like cameo?
No idea. That was totally random. I mean, obviously, 34 years ago, that would have meant something more than it does now. But there was no connection, no explanation.
I was gonna say there was.
I'm
like
surprised
or
you
something
know
like
who
that.
Debbie Reynolds is.
Dude, fucking she's Princess Leia's mom.
Well, I know, but why would you know that though?
She was also she was in fucking that Disney movie Halloween Town. No, she's like the main witch in Halloween Town, and that was like a crucial like movie for like kids my age who loved Halloween.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So let me jump back real quick before we wrap it up. There was a scene in the very beginning when Frank's like perusing their house for the first time, and he goes into that bedroom and he goes, "Is this Rachel's bedroom?" And Cy goes, "Yeah." And then Bill Cobb goes, "No, it's not." He goes, "No, Rachel sleeps down the hall next to Fletcher. No, this is a bedroom that we just set up for a photo shoot." And I'm sitting there like, well, why did he say yeah?
I think it's almost because Cy was just such a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
He didn't even want Frank to know where Rachel slept. It's like, is this her bedroom? He's like, yeah.
Yeah,
like,
sure, I guess.
Who are you to know where she sleeps?
Right.
That's the best I can come up with.
No, I think you're right. No, you're absolutely right.
Because they don't even go any further with that, so.
No. Right. So, so we get to the end of the movie, and it's been, I don't know how long, Maybe they said it at the bottom. I didn't notice, but
No, they didn't. He's still in a sling.
so it's been 3 hours.
42 minutes.
Yeah, it's been 3 hours and 42 minutes, just like our show here, where we didn't record for half the time because our internet failed. But this is like the longest review of my life. I mean, this has been 4 hours, and we only have like an hour and 20 minutes of content.
Well, just think of Halloween 6.
I was going to say, yeah.
And Halloween 6. No, Halloween 2. We went for 6 hours, and that was actual, like, we're talking about shit.
Halloween 6 would be like if we went for 2 hours.
Or Wizard of Oz.
Oh, my God.
Dude, it's just a side note between us. I'll never forget that next morning when I woke up and once I got my faculties about me, I texted you guys. I said, you want to do an emergency recording? And it was like, we were on in like 10 fucking minutes, dude. It was amazing. And finished that because we were going to finish it the next week. But then I was like, you want to do an emergency podcast? And we were like, boom, it was on. It was amazing.
Isn't it amazing that we were probably like how many drinks in the bag by the time we got to some point, and then the very next second you hear us talking, we're on 0 drinks.
And I also think that Wizard of Oz show was one of the most hyped I've ever been to do a show before.
Yeah, that's Chris's
coup de grace.
Yeah, coup de grace. Yeah, so we don't really know like when how long after Frank was shot that this all took place, but you know, they kind of like led you to believe that Frank is going to die.
Was it the next day, the next week, 2 weeks later? What was it?
So Frank's standing there, and Rachel's about to board her plane, and you know we luckily get Mike Starr. We get his goodbye. He's in the final scene. So
the fucking eye patch is awesome.
Yeah, was he stabbed or what?
Oh God, I forgot about that. No, he was poked, dude.
Was Portman's fingernails that long that the guy needs an eye patch?
No, but like, have you ever poked yourself in the eye before? Like, that shit hurts like a bastard. If you had someone else intentionally driving their fingers into your
your open eyeball, oh my.
Yeah, like with the willful intent to harm you. Yeah, there's gonna be some damage.
Sometimes I almost wish I would lose vision in one eye so I could wear an eye patch because it looks so fucking awesome.
It does look pretty badass.
Everyone would know who you were. Oh, that's that guy with the eye patch.
Yeah.
How come Tony didn't go, hey, the eye's okay, man. I'll have this thing off in 3 weeks. Like, why didn't he say something like that so we know he'll see again? Like, in my estimation, he's blind now in one eye. Like, why don't you tell us you'll be okay? Wouldn't that make you feel better as a fan of him?
I mean, again, first watch, it just made me a fan just to see him get so excited to be the first one to run over and, like, shake his hand. Like, because like I said, I love the trope of when like the asshole like bodyguard
turns as the turning
turns
point.
around to the hero, yeah, and he like becomes like a part of the team.
You've always loved the part in this movie when he.
No, I said I've always loved.
I know, dude. I'm just fucking with you.
Would that be cool if because he lost his depth perception, he went to shake Frank's hand and he was like 4 feet away?
he just
grabbing the air like this,
like. Yeah. No, I just like that part. But no, yeah, you're right. Like, we don't know if he's blind permanently or...
We don't know anything about this situation with his eye. How about say something to us?
Because now she's going to have... Her head of security has one eye.
Who wants that?
Yeah.
One eye?
How about the loser they hired to replace
I was going to say,
Frank?
that's not her head of security because they just hired my fucking dad to be her head of security.
That guy looks so boring. And he like bosses the guy we didn't talk about this whole movie, the fucking limo driver. You know, there's always a guy we forget to talk about.
I actually really like him.
Oh, yeah.
I love this guy. He seems so happy and like
I wish he had more to do, but because like he's like one of those characters, like him and actually Tony, I would have expected to like come in at the end and like kind of like do like some extra action shit, you know what I mean? Like in a regular movie, but then again, this isn't really an action movie.
I wish Tony kicked a little more ass in that club.
Yeah, like I do like though when Rachel calls him over to kick what's his name?
Oh yeah. To get him out of the
Yeah, he
just kind of walks up there and stands there like, "Hey, get the fuck out of here."
Yeah.
That is kind of badass. You don't even have to do anything.
Yeah.
I do like
No, go ahead.
There's a quick part like right before that though, when they're at that party and they're watching like The Arrival on TV, and then you just see Tony go, "Hey, that's me."
Yeah.
Like,
I do wish the limo driver would have been given a little more to do once he, because Frank's teaching him all that shit.
right.
I wish there would have been just one scene where he could have put those skills to use.
The car chase stuff, yeah.
Other than driving them away from the club after the whole fucking melee happened.
Like I was kind of expecting him to be the one to shoot Portman at the end. Like all of a sudden, like, oh, he was there, and because.
Oh, that
you
would
know
have
what I
been
mean? Like,
amazing.
yeah, because he had said, he's like, "You're my assistant." And he had already shown him messing with the guns or whatever. Or even like if they had shown a scene of him like teaching him how to use guns and stuff like that, like just something like that.
Like after Frank got shot, if Frank would have been like trying to reach for a gun to shoot the Portman, and he couldn't have quite got it, and then all of a sudden, boom, a bullet comes out of nowhere, and Portman goes down, and then you see it's the fucking black limo driver guy.
Exactly what the fuck I'm talking about.
And Frank would have like looked over at him, and the guy would have just been standing there like he couldn't believe what he just did.
Buckshot fever, whatever it's called.
Yeah, exactly.
That's Chris, you're fucking in my mind right now.
That would have been amazing, dude.
Yeah.
Actually, the best thing would have been if Portman would have got shot, and then it cut the camera over, and it was Fletcher standing there, the son, with the gun like that.
And he held the gun sideways.
But then missed.
Yeah. Oh my God.
So, like Mike Starr has this moment. Fletcher is hugging the guy. And they both, Mike Starr knows to leave when Whitney Houston comes over, but Fletcher is still sitting there hugging him. Then she starts talking to him. She's like, "Fletcher, fuck out of here." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, mommy." Whitney Houston has her whole it's not amazing or anything, but it's a goodbye or whatever. He gives her a kiss on the cheek. She gets back on the plane and she looks out the window. And as she's doing this, her song starts playing, which is acapella. If I would stay, and the whole thing, and then you're looking at him through the window, and it's a moment. Now, Ghoul, did you get teary-eyed during this moment? Is it like Ghost, or you wouldn't go that far?
Ghost got me better.
Okay, but this was a little tearjerker in a way.
No,
right?
I get that. I just like how they play the acapella part, and then they pause it when she goes, stop the plane.
No. She goes, wait.
Oh, sorry. Whatever it is, she says, wait. And they pause the song, and she gets off, and then she's running, and then they start the song back up
with the music.
And yes, that it just blends the cinema and the music perfectly, the way they split up that acapella part and then the part with the music.
And then the way they film the camera where it spins around them looking at them.
Yep.
Dude. Wow.
It's fucking amazing.
I will say, yeah, that was very good. Also, something I forgot to point out. Have you guys noticed on when they do the close-ups on Whitney Houston in this, on her lip, she has a mole?
Right above it. Yes.
No, I haven't.
That's the exact same spot where I had mine.
Oh, your cleft palate?
You fucking piece of shit.
I think he was trying to make believe it was a mole.
Yeah. And get the fuck. Why make believe it was real?
He just walked out a fucking wrong turn too, and he's talking about a fucking mole.
I'm gonna sit over there doing the side Heil.
I will fucking beat the shit out of both of you. But hers is way small. Hers was like small. Mine was like medium, whatever. But
no, I've honest to God never noticed that.
Yeah,
before.
so I was like,
oh yeah, I saw it this time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I was like, yeah. So that's now you guys have a visual. That's basically fucking the same area.
I love how this ends as they're embracing and the camera, swirls around them and the way the song plays, which is obviously called "I Will Always Love You." They're telling you they're not going to be together. This is the end.
Oh, I was going to ask that. So do you think that their embrace was because, no, we're going to stay together for forever?
No. This is their last embrace. Especially married with the song, "I Will Always Love You." Like, I know we're going to part after this, but I will always love you.
Can't have any attachment.
And that's why they show him after this being
The other guy's bodyguard.
with that whoever the fuck random person that is that he's at like that dinner for.
Yeah.
How sad is that? That's his life.
That's what I mean. Yeah, it's like a fucking sad existence.
It is a very, and he makes $300 and something thousand a year.
Yeah,
Think about that. Think about that being your job. If you are a true legit bodyguard, you are willing to trade your life to protect whoever you're working for.
Yeah.
Your life.
Your life.
Run for your life.
And he can't even get drunk
Charlie.
like when he wants to. Charlie.
He can't get drunk. He can only drink orange juice and vodka or beer. All right, guys. So how many houses are you breaking into and masturbating on the bed out of 5 for the bodyguard, Chris?
So I've already said everything I can say about this movie in the review. I've seen this ever since it came out, probably 30 to 40 times. I love it. I love Costner. I love Tony. I think Whitney Houston's really, really good. Not amazing, but really good, especially for a first-time performer. Even when I watch this movie to this day, I never lose interest. I'm never like, okay, here we get to this scene. Hurry up.
There's no lull in
No,
this.
absolutely not. I'm never like, okay, hurry up, or even like, skip this.
Like, oh God, the club scene. Nope.
Nope, nothing. So I have, other than, and this is so minor, other than a few line deliveries from Whitney Houston, I have no complaints about this movie, and that's so minor because she'd never been in a movie before. So I'm not holding that against this movie at all. Other than that, I think she's great. I think their chemistry's great, even though apparently from what I've seen online, people shit all over the chemistry between Kevin Costner and her, which
I never got that.
Whatever, to each their own. I don't feel that way at all. So, yeah. I've been watching this for 30. This came out November 92. So I've been watching this for like 33 years now, and I fucking love it. And I can't give it a perfect 10 out of 10, but I will masturbate on 4 king-size beds and a queen-size bed, which means I will make it 4.75 masturbatory beds out of 5. Absolutely.
Shooting ropes.
Close-ups? Facials?
Is it like Point Break's facial?
Yeah, that's Point Break, yeah.
Wow. I'm so glad all those guys got facials.
Yep. 4.75.
Yep, Bunker, all of them. War Child,
Lupton Pittman. So for me,
Alex, how long had it been since you've seen this, do you think?
Just 2 to 3 to 4 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I really try to keep this thing going. Yeah. No, I'm a fan of the movie, and I definitely try. It strikes me. I'll go real extreme. 5 is the most I let go with this movie. Yeah, this holds up incredibly well from 1992, and I'm only gonna guess that it's because people were different types of filmmakers back then. Then you have the cast: Kevin Costner, Mike Starr, Whitney Houston, Cobb. Everybody just it all seemed to flow really perfect, and you cannot contest the freaking music in this movie. Like, listen, I'm not a fan of Whitney Houston's style. I can't say that the music I ever put on in my personal life is her type of music. I'm not ever gonna tell you that.
I can't tell you that I've never one time in my life purposefully put on a song of hers, but when I hear them, I'm like, yeah, that's a great song. You know what I mean?
Well, I guess I have to do one step different from you. I'll say that whenever I'm in the Bodyguard mode, if I ever watched it, I probably put on the Bodyguard soundtrack on the ride to work the next day.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably did things like that. And I absolutely will say I did that this week. Like, I must have heard those 5 songs 5 times each.
I could just see Alex driving to work. I am the queen of the night. Just fucking.
Dude, but when I do that, my mind is in the scene. And then when I want to run to you, like when I'm watching Kevin Costner stare at her.
No, I know. I get it, dude. I get it.
Yeah, I'm just in it, you know.
Yeah.
And I always thought "I Will Always Love You" is a remarkable song. Like, I'm not gonna act like I'm beyond above that. Like, listen, no, of course, I'm a metal guy. Alice Cooper, I listen to that kind of stuff. Metallica, whatever, any other metal that I like. Ozzy.
Don't stop there. Come on.
Manson.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So, like, all that kind of stuff, I love all that stuff, and that's really who I am, but I listen to the radio too. I'm not gonna act like I'm too cool. I listen to the radio too. And like, Whitney Houston's amazing. Her songs are amazing. Not my thing. Like, I love Prince's Purple Rain album, but I don't listen to disco. But that album I recognize as perfect. It's perfect. So I recognize she is too in that way. So I'm gonna do a bit of a cop out and join Chris's rating and do 4.75. It's not perfect. I can't even tell you what the 0.25 that's missing is, but it just never dawned on me that this is like some perfect movie or anything. But it's so damn close. And this last watch was really great.
Yes.
Yeah, I gotta join you. So yeah, 4.75.
Amazing.
But again, this is 2 guys who grew up on this movie. The Ghoul, I'm not he gave Superman 2 a 3.5. If he even goes near that for this, I will be doing backflips. But I'm not putting pressure on him. If he says anything less, that's whatever. Ghoul, how many times are you entering someone else's house and masturbating on their bed out of 5 for The Bodyguard?
Excuse me, that's still such a wild rating. So again, first timer, leading into this, after doing Superman 2 and then seeing this and then seeing like the run times, I was like, fuck me. Like, these guys are killing me. But that's just because my fucking age. I don't love Kevin Costner. Like I said, I think he plays like himself in every movie. I'm not entirely familiar with Whitney Houston's music. I know who she is. I just don't listen to that kind of music. But this movie was advertised as something that was not what I expected. I love the side characters. Love Mike Starr. I love the.
How big of losers are we that we're obsessed with Mike Starr?
Mike Starr.
Like, how weird is that? Like, who the fuck else is saying any of this?
He's a character.
I just want to tell the listeners real quick. We consider doing Mike Starr month. Do you understand that?
Why are we so gravitated to this fucking guy? Like, what's his best movie?
He's amazing.
He's magnetic. But yeah, but that being said, you guys are pretty much nailing it. Like, the performances, like I said, I don't love Kevin Costner. He fucking killed it. I'm not familiar with Whitney Houston really at all. She was great. Side characters were amazing. Like even like people like Psy, like he made me
you love
believe.
to hate him.
Yeah, you love to hate him. Bill Cobb was great as like the character that he plays in every movie, like the overarching, like the patriarch kind of like just looking out for everybody. The music, like the songs, obviously not my fucking forte. You guys know what I listen to. Yeah, but at the same time, I do recognize talent for talent. That's true talent, not like the bullshit that we have today, as we said. They're really good action sequences. They're like the cabin scene, like
Cabin Boy?
the cabin boy scene when Chris Elliott came in and killed the sister. That shit was like super tense. Like there was a lot of tension in this movie, which I was expect. The twist, again, my first time watch, did not fucking expect. I totally understand why this movie was as successful as it was, and I really understand why you guys like it.
Please, 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 please.
I hate to say it. I really like this movie a lot. This was
Okay.
this is a 4.5 for me.
Oh my God.
I did not expect
I was hoping for a 3.
I know. That's what I was saying.
I did not expect to like this
my
as much as I
God.
did.
You love this? Almost love this?
I almost love this. This was
Dude, I fucking love this kid because I'll give Class of 1999 of 1.5 out of 5, and he gives The Bodyguard a 4.5 out of 5.
Yeah.
So yeah, for Frank Farmer and Rachel Marin and Mike Starr, Tony, we will always love you. I mean, I will always love you, to be accurate.